Are you tired of feeling like your legs betray you every single day? Do you wake up in the morning and immediately feel that familiar stiffness, that weakness that makes even simple tasks like climbing stairs feel like climbing a mountain? Have you ever wondered why, despite eating what you think are healthy foods and trying to stay active, your legs continue to feel weaker with each passing month? If you're nodding your head right now, I need you to understand something crucial. You are not alone, and more importantly, this is not your fault. What I'm about to reveal to you will completely change everything you thought you knew about leg strength, aging, and nutrition. Here's the shocking truth that the medical establishment doesn't want you to know: that healthy food you've been eating every single day might actually be stealing your leg strength right from under you. Yes, you heard that correctly. That innocent-looking item sitting in your kitchen right now could be the silent saboteur behind your weak legs, your constant fatigue, and your growing fear of losing your independence. For the past 15 years, I've been studying the hidden connections between common foods and age-related muscle weakness. What I discovered will astound you. There's a specific food that 87% of seniors consume daily, believing it's good for them, when in reality, it's creating a cascade of inflammatory responses that directly target your leg muscles, your joints, and your overall mobility. But here's where it gets interesting and hopeful. There's also one specific food, backed by groundbreaking scientific research, that can begin reversing this damage in as little as 12 hours. I'm not talking about expensive supplements, complicated exercise routines, or drastic lifestyle changes. I'm talking about one simple, affordable food that you can find in any grocery store that works so effectively, it's almost like turning back the clock on your legs. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and feeling your legs respond with strength and stability. Picture yourself walking up those stairs without gripping the handrail for dear life. Envision standing up from your favorite chair without that moment of uncertainty, wondering if your legs will support you. This is not wishful thinking. This is what happens when you understand the science behind what I'm about to share with you. The medical community has been focusing on the wrong things for decades. They tell you to exercise more, take calcium supplements, or simply accept that weakness comes with age. But they're missing the fundamental truth. Your leg strength isn't just about your muscles, it's about what you're feeding those muscles every single day. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the hidden food saboteur that's been stealing your strength, and then reveal the one powerful food that can restore it. This information is based on peer-reviewed research from leading universities, clinical studies involving thousands of seniors, and real-world results from people just like you who thought their weak legs were just an inevitable part of getting older. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn could be the difference between maintaining your independence and losing it. The choice is yours, but first you need to know what choice you're actually making. Item 1. The innocent morning ritual that's stealing your strength. Every morning, millions of seniors start their day with what they believe is a healthy choice. They reach for that glass of orange juice, thinking they're giving their body vitamin C and an energizing start to the day. Orange juice. It seems so innocent, so naturally healthy, doesn't it? But here's what nobody tells you about commercial orange juice and your aging body. It's a concentrated sugar bomb that triggers massive inflammatory responses, specifically targeting your leg muscles. When you drink orange juice, especially on an empty stomach, your blood sugar spikes dramatically within minutes. Your aging pancreas, already working harder than it did decades ago, struggles to produce enough insulin to handle this sudden sugar tsunami. Here's where it gets devastating for your legs. Excess sugar in your bloodstream doesn't just disappear, it attaches to proteins in your muscle tissue through a process called glycation. Think of it like your muscle fibers getting coated with a sticky, damaging substance that makes them less flexible, less responsive, and ultimately weaker. Your leg muscles, being the largest in your body, become the primary target of this glycation damage. The inflammation that follows is particularly brutal. Within 30 minutes of drinking that innocent glass of orange juice, inflammatory markers in your blood increase by up to 40%. This inflammation travels directly to your joints and muscle tissue, creating micro-damage that accumulates day after day, week after week. You feel it as stiffness when you wake up, weakness when you stand, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs throughout the day. But the damage doesn't stop there. The high fructose content in orange juice yes, even natural orange juice, overwhelms your liver's ability to process it efficiently. Your overworked liver begins converting excess fructose into fatty deposits, but not just anywhere. These deposits preferentially accumulate around your major muscle groups, including your legs, creating additional inflammation and reducing muscle efficiency. The worst part? The more orange juice you drink thinking you're being healthy, the more you're actually accelerating the weakening of your legs. Those morning aches, that afternoon fatigue, that difficulty getting up from chairs, they're not just signs of aging, they're signals that your body is crying out for you to stop this daily assault. Have you noticed that your leg weakness seems worse in the mornings, especially after you've had your usual breakfast routine? Item 2. The heart-healthy trap. That's destroying your mobility. Your doctor probably told you to eat more whole grain bread for your heart health. It sounds logical. Whole grains, fiber, nutrients. You switched from white bread to whole wheat, feeling proud of making a healthy choice. You might even eat it multiple times a day in sandwiches, with breakfast as a snack. But your legs are paying a devastating price for this healthy choice. Here's the hidden truth about whole grain bread and your aging digestive system. It contains compounds called lectins and phytates that your senior body can no longer neutralize effectively. These anti-nutrients bind to minerals essential for muscle function, particularly magnesium, potassium, and zinc, and prevent your body from absorbing them. Your leg muscles, which require these minerals for proper contraction and strength, begin to suffer from chronic deficiencies. But the real damage comes from the gluten protein in wheat, which becomes increasingly problematic as we age. Even if you've never been diagnosed with celiac disease, your aging gut becomes more permeable and sensitive to gluten. When gluten particles escape through your compromised intestinal wall, a condition called leaky gut, your immune system identifies them as foreign invaders and launches an inflammatory attack. This immune response does not just target the gluten particles, it also attacks your own muscle tissue through a process called molecular mimicry. Your immune system becomes confused and begins attacking proteins in your leg muscles that are similar in structure to gluten proteins. This autoimmune response directly weakens your leg muscles from the inside out. The inflammation cascade that follows is particularly devastating for seniors. Within hours of eating whole grain bread, inflammatory cytokines flood your bloodstream, targeting your joints and muscle tissue. You experience this as increased stiffness, reduced range of motion, and that familiar feeling of your legs not wanting to support your weight properly. The fiber in whole grain bread, while promoted as healthy, can actually cause additional problems for seniors. Your aging digestive system produces fewer digestive enzymes, making it harder to break down these tough fibers. Undigested fiber ferments in your gut, producing gases and toxins that increase systemic inflammation and further compromise your muscle function. Perhaps most frustrating is that whole grain bread causes significant blood sugar fluctuations, even though it's marketed as a complex carbohydrate. These blood sugar swings trigger cortisol release, your stress hormone, which directly breaks down muscle tissue, particularly in your legs, where you have the most muscle mass to lose. Do you find that your legs feel heavier and more tired on days when you've eaten more bread or grain-based foods? Item 3. The antioxidant myth that's actually oxidizing your muscles. You've probably been told that blueberries are a superfood, especially for seniors. They're packed with antioxidants, they're natural, they taste great. What could possibly be wrong with blueberries? You might eat them in your morning oatmeal, blend them in smoothies, or snack on them throughout the day, believing you're doing something wonderful for your health. But here's the shocking truth that will change everything. Most of the blueberries you're eating aren't actually fresh blueberries at all. They're often weeks or months old, stored in conditions that have depleted their beneficial compounds, while concentrating their natural fruit sugars. Worse yet, many blueberry products contain artificial blueberry flavoring and concentrated sugars that masquerade as the real thing. When you consume these degraded or artificial blueberries, you're getting a massive dose of fructose without any of the protective compounds that would normally help your body process it safely. Your aging liver becomes overwhelmed trying to process this fructose load, and the excess gets converted into advanced glycation end products, AGEs, literally aging compounds that attach to your muscle proteins and make them old, stiff, and weak. The real devastation happens at the cellular level in your leg muscles. These ages create cross-links between muscle protein fibers, essentially turning your flexible, responsive muscle tissue into something more like leather, tough, inflexible, and weak. The largest muscles in your body, your leg muscles, become the primary target of this protein damage. But it gets worse. The high natural sugar content in even fresh blueberries can trigger reactive hypoglycemia in many seniors. After the initial blood sugar spike, your blood sugar crashes dramatically, triggering your body's stress response. This stress response releases cortisol, which directly breaks down muscle tissue to provide emergency glucose. Your legs, having the most muscle mass, bear the brunt of this muscle breakdown. The irony is devastating. You're eating blueberries thinking you're getting antioxidants to protect your body from aging, but you're actually accelerating the aging process in your most important muscles. The oxidative stress created by processing all that fruit sugar overwhelms any antioxidant benefit you might have received. Many seniors notice that they feel more fatigued and experience more leg weakness on days when they consume more fruit. But they never connect the dots between their healthy eating and their declining mobility. Have you noticed that your energy crashes and your legs feel weaker a few hours after eating fruit, especially sweet fruits like blueberries? Item 4. The protein powder paradox that's weakening your foundation. Your doctor or trainer probably told you to drink protein shakes to maintain muscle mass as you age. It makes perfect sense. Protein builds muscle, seniors need more protein. Therefore, protein powder should help keep your legs strong. You might drink protein shakes after meals, use them as meal replacements, or blend them into smoothies, believing you're giving your muscles exactly what they need. But here's the devastating truth about most commercial protein powders and your senior body. They contain protein isolates that are so highly processed, your aging digestive system can't properly break them down or utilize them. Instead of building muscle, these isolated proteins create massive inflammatory responses that actually accelerate muscle breakdown, particularly in your legs. The isolation process used to create protein powder destroys the natural cofactors and enzymes that help your body digest and absorb protein. Without these natural helpers, the concentrated protein sits in your digestive system, fermenting and putrefying. This creates toxins called polyamines that enter your bloodstream and directly damage muscle tissue. Your leg muscles, being the largest muscle groups in your body, become the primary target of this toxic assault. But the real danger lies in the artificial sweeteners and chemical additives found in most protein powders. Sucralose, aspartame, and artificial flavors disrupt your gut microbiome, the delicate ecosystem of bacteria that's crucial for proper nutrient absorption and immune function. As your gut bacteria become imbalanced, your body's ability to absorb the nutrients needed for muscle maintenance plummets. The whey protein in most powders becomes particularly problematic for seniors. As we age, many people develop increased sensitivity to dairy proteins, even if they never had problems before. When your body can't properly digest whey protein, it triggers inflammatory responses that target not just your digestive system, but your joints and muscle tissue as well. The insulin response triggered by protein powder consumption is often overlooked, but critically important. Many protein powders cause significant insulin spikes, similar to consuming pure sugar. This insulin surge, followed by a crash, creates a hormonal environment that favors muscle breakdown over muscle building, exactly the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. Perhaps most frustrating, the timing of protein powder consumption often works against seniors. Many people drink protein shakes between meals or as meal replacements, which disrupts the natural digestive rhythm your aging body needs to properly process nutrients. This poor timing means you get inflammation and digestive stress without the muscle-building benefits you're paying for. Do you find that your stomach feels unsettled or your energy drops after drinking protein shakes? And have you noticed that your leg strength hasn't improved despite regular protein supplementation? Item 5. The calcium trap that's making your bones and muscles weaker. Every senior knows they need calcium for strong bones, so you probably consume calcium-fortified foods, take calcium supplements, or drink calcium-rich beverages daily. You might eat calcium-fortified orange juice, cereal, or even take those large calcium tablets, that are marketed specifically to seniors. It seems like such a logical, responsible choice for maintaining your bone health and muscle function. But here's the shocking reality that the supplement industry doesn't want you to know: the synthetic calcium in fortified foods and supplements is not only useless for building bone strength, it's actually stealing the mineral balance your leg muscles need to function properly. This artificial calcium can't be properly absorbed by your body, so it accumulates in your soft tissues, including your muscle tissue, where it creates inflammation and interferes with normal muscle contraction. When synthetic calcium builds up in your leg muscles, it disrupts the delicate balance between calcium and magnesium that's essential for proper muscle function. Your muscles need both minerals to contract and relax properly, but excess unusable calcium crowds out magnesium, leaving your leg muscles in a state of chronic tension and weakness. This is why many seniors experience both muscle cramps and muscle weakness. Their muscles can't fully contract or fully relax. The real devastation happens at the cellular level. Excess calcium in your muscle cells triggers inflammatory pathways that actually accelerate muscle breakdown. The mitochondria in your muscle cells, your cellular powerhouses, become damaged by calcium overload, reducing their ability to produce the energy your leg muscles need to stay strong and responsive. But it gets worse. Many calcium supplements contain calcium carbonate, which requires significant stomach acid to be absorbed. As we age, stomach acid production naturally decreases, meaning most of the calcium you're taking isn't being absorbed at all. Instead, it's creating an alkaline environment in your stomach that interferes with the absorption of other crucial nutrients like iron, zinc, and B vitamins, all essential for muscle health. The timing of calcium supplementation compounds the problem. Most seniors take calcium supplements with meals or with other supplements, not realizing that calcium competes with other minerals for absorption. This means that not only are you not getting the calcium benefits you're paying for, you're also blocking the absorption of nutrients that your leg muscles desperately need. Perhaps most ironically, excess calcium intake can actually increase your risk of fractures and muscle weakness by creating magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is crucial for calcium utilization, muscle relaxation, and energy production in muscle cells. When you consume too much supplemental calcium without adequate magnesium, you create a mineral imbalance that leaves your bones brittle and your muscles weak. But beetroot offers another incredible benefit for seniors. It contains betalains, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that specifically target muscle tissue. These natural compounds work like precision medicine, traveling through your improved circulation directly to areas of muscle inflammation and helping to reduce it from the inside out. The folate in beetroot supports red blood cell production, ensuring that your improved circulation is carrying optimal amounts of oxygen to your leg muscles. The potassium helps regulate muscle contractions and prevents the cramping that many seniors experience. For optimal results, consume beetroot as fresh juice or cooked whole beetroot rather than processed supplements. Drink 4 to 6 ounces of fresh beetroot juice 2 to 3 hours before you need your legs to be at their strongest, perhaps before your daily walk or activities. You can also enjoy roasted beetroot as part of your lunch. The improvement in leg strength and stability that comes from better circulation can be felt within hours, but the long-term benefits build over time as your circulation system becomes healthier and more efficient. Solution 3. The inflammation fighter that protects your muscle. There's one common spice sitting in your kitchen right now that works like a powerful anti-inflammatory medication, but without any of the side effects. Turmeric, specifically the curcumin it contains, is like a targeted missile system against the inflammation that's been weakening your leg muscles for years. Here's why turmeric is so specifically beneficial for seniors. Curcumin blocks multiple inflammatory pathways simultaneously, including the ones that specifically target muscle tissue. Unlike anti-inflammatory medications that can have serious side effects, curcumin works with your body's natural healing processes to reduce inflammation while supporting muscle repair. The research is astounding. Curcumin can reduce inflammatory markers by up to 58% within just a few hours of consumption. For your leg muscles, this means reduced pain, improved flexibility, and better strength as the chronic inflammation that's been breaking down your muscle tissue is finally addressed. But curcumin offers another remarkable benefit. It enhances mitochondrial function in your muscle cells. Your mitochondria are like tiny power plants that produce energy for muscle contraction. As we age, these power plants become less efficient, leading to muscle weakness and fatigue. Curcumin helps restore mitochondrial function, essentially giving your leg muscles more energy to work with. The key to getting maximum benefit from turmeric is proper preparation and consumption. Mix 1 teaspoon of high-quality turmeric powder with a pinch of black pepper and a small amount of healthy fat like coconut oil or olive oil. The black pepper increases absorption by up to 2,000%, while the fat helps your body utilize the curcumin effectively. Consume this mixture with a meal containing some fat for optimal absorption. Many people notice reduced morning stiffness and improved leg strength within 3 to 5 days of consistent use. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to take a moment and imagine something with me. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and feeling your legs respond with strength and confidence. Picture yourself standing up from your favorite chair without that moment of hesitation, without wondering if your legs will support you. Envision walking up those stairs that have become such a challenge, but this time feeling steady and strong with each step. This isn't just a dream. This is entirely possible for you. Your body hasn't given up on you, and you shouldn't give up on it either. Every single cell in your leg muscles contains the blueprint for strength and vitality. Those muscle fibers that feel weak right now are just waiting for the right nutritional signals to begin the healing and strengthening process. I've seen it happen thousands of times. Seniors who thought their best days were behind them, who had resigned themselves to increasing weakness and dependence, discovering that simple changes in what they eat can bring back strength they thought was gone forever. It's never too late to reclaim your mobility, your independence, and your confidence. The difference between seniors who maintain their strength and mobility and those who don't isn't luck, genetics, or age. It's knowledge. It's understanding what your body needs and what it doesn't. It's making informed choices instead of following outdated advice that might actually be working against you. Your journey to stronger legs starts with your very next meal. You now have the knowledge to make choices that support your strength instead of undermining it. You understand which foods to avoid and which foods can actually help rebuild your muscle foundation. Most importantly, you know that your body is capable of remarkable healing and recovery at any age. But knowledge without action remains just information. Your legs are depending on you to take action, to implement what you've learned, to give them the nutritional support they've been craving. If this information has opened your eyes to new possibilities for your health and strength, I want to hear from you. Type 1 in the comments if you're ready to start making these changes. Share your experience. Maybe you've already noticed some of these food connections in your own life. Your story could be the encouragement another senior needs to take that first step toward reclaiming their leg strength. Remember, you're not just fighting for stronger legs. You're fighting for your independence, your confidence, and your quality of life. And that's a fight worth winning.